Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
How's it going, everyone? It's your host Gio coming at you guys once again with another disturbing Discovery entry. Last time we were on the Greek islands fighting to survive a killer cannibal. This time we're heading back to the good old US of A. We're here to check out The Last House on the Left, directed by the late great Wes Craven, the mastermind behind this, and this. But before all that, he made a name for himself with this movie here, considered to be one of the most controversial films of all time. It centers around besties Mary and Phyllis, who are on their way to a concert. Like any cool teen, they stop to buy drugs. Too bad they run into some not-so-friendly plugs. So let's discover what's so disturbing about The Last House on the Left.
Roll it, Lou.
After the disclaimer, the mailman drops off the Collingwood's mail. He has this to say about their daughter Mary.
Of course, she is about the prettiest piece I've ever seen.
After the title screen, we're in the living room with parents Estelle and John Collingwood. They scold their daughter Mary for not wearing a bra. Mary just calls them old farts. Before she could head out, her father gives her this cool little peace symbol necklace. Mary meets up with her bestie Phyllis. They drink some champagne and frolic in the forest. Before heading out to the concert, they listen into the news radio. Something about two escaped convicts, Krug Stillo and Frank Weasel Podolsky, along with Krug's heroin addict son Junior and Krug's woman Sadie, are on the run and will try to escape to Canada. The girls stop for some ice cream. Afterwards, they look for someone dealing grass. Of course, with the worst luck imaginable, they run into Junior. He tricks them into believing he has some of that Colombian good stuff. I'm talking about weed here, folks. Anywho, Mary and Phyllis are bullied and harassed. When Phyllis threatens to scream, Weasel pulls out a knife, taunts her, calling her a cow. While this is going on, back at home, Mr. and Mrs. Collingwood set up for Mary's birthday party, baking a cake and the whole shebang. Unfortunately for her little girl, she is forced to stand by and watch as these three hooligans take advantage of her friend.
I need an adult.
In the following morning, these thugs throw the girlies in the trunk and drive out of the city. Back at home, the parents are worried to death, calling the authorities. The sheriff reassures the parents they have nothing to worry about. Kids these days do it all the time, saying she'll be back home before supper time, but if they still feel worried, to go ahead and give him or his deputy a call. Hold the fuck up, is that Karate Master John Kreese from Karate Kid? The car that's transporting Krug and company breaks down. Left with no choice, they must travel on foot. And would you believe it, they broke down right in front of Mary's house. Mr. Collingwood sees the policeman out. Yo, you guys, let's move a little quicker, please. The policemen then drive by the car, but drive away because... And so we begin the long, horrible torture of Phyllis and Mary. Krug begins the torment by commanding Phyllis to piss herself, which she does. And from the information that I could find, the actress who played Phyllis, Lucy Grantham, did in fact piss her pants. Afterwards, the group stripped the girlies naked, forcing them to have intercourse. Of course, I'm not gonna show it, YouTube.
Who are you, my mother?
What's bad for you?
Krug then heads to the car to grab a surprise mystery tool. Phyllis then takes the opportunity to attempt an escape, taking Sadie and Weasel along for a run. Meanwhile, Mary tries to convince Junior to help her escape, but he's not budging. We'll get back to these psychos in a bit. The sheriff and karate master receive a report that Krug and his thugs are heading their direction.
Description of that escape vehicle as follows. Dark green 1958 Cadillac convertible.
You done fucked up now, Sheriff. They make their way to the Collingwoods, returning back to the psychos. Sadie catches up to Phyllis, but Phyllis knocks her out with a rock. She makes another run for it, and just when she's about to reach the highway, Krug appears with a machete. And we all know what's coming next. They murder and disembowel poor Phyllis. Before we witness Mary's misfortune, we focus on the policemen once again who have to walk it to the house, all because Karate Man here didn't have enough gas. I mean, just look at his goofy ass.
It's a truck. And some chickens, too.
Krug carves his name on Mary's chest. He then takes advantage of her. Oh man. Mary pukes afterwards, rightfully so. She then recites a prayer as she makes her way to the lake. Krug lets off 2 shots. Rip Mary. After these horrible events, these three wash up at a nearby lake, changing outfits, and you would not believe who they go bother next.
We've got guests.
God fucking damn it. Anyways, the Collingwoods extend their hospitality to these bums. They go and make themselves comfortable, realizing they're in Mary's room. At supper, the parents notice something odd about the group. Weasel has a bite mark, and look at Sadie knocking back these 2 cups of wine. Just then, Junkie Jr. has a nightmare about Phyllis and Mary. It could also be the heroin withdrawals, but he's hooting and hollering like crazy. Karuk successfully shuts him up for now. Sometime later, Junior is in the bathroom throwing up his guts. Estelle comes in to comfort him when she notices Mary's necklace on Junior. Even more suspicious of the group, Estelle goes through their luggage to find their bloody clothes. Her and John make their way to the lake. They find poor Mary's body. The parents agree to take revenge. Fuck yeah, it's go time. So Weasel is the first one to wake up. He heads downstairs running into Estelle. He flirts with her, promising her a real good time. So they head outside. Meanwhile, John booby traps the house, Home Alone style. He even sneaks into the thug's room, stealing their gun. Too bad he wasn't sneaky enough. Back with these two, Estelle gives Weasel some head before biting off Weasel's dick, like a fucking savage. Too bad for you, Weasel, thinking with the wrong head. Krug and City are awoken by the screams, coming face to face with John and his shotty. Krug cuts the lights. John just barely grazes Krug's shoulder. He leads him into the living room. Papa John is ready to run the ones, but he's no match for Krug. Wait. Why the fuck is Mary's body here? You know what? It's the last 10 minutes of the movie. Fuck it. Krug toys with Papa John, using him as a punching bag. When Junior shows up with a gun, trying to save the day. It's not enough though. He lacks the willpower to do it, and Krug knows this. So he makes Junior do the unthinkable. Junior offs himself. Jesus fucking Christ. John is ready for the killing blow when Sadie shows up. Why is she kinda looking like Mia Goth? Well, looks like Krug is in between a rock and a hard place. He tries to run away, but he's shocked by the Home Alone trap. Sadie makes a successful escape, but Estelle won't let her go. Now it's John who toys with Krug. Almost simultaneously, the Collingwoods eliminate their targets, right when the police arrive to witness the aftermath. Who else needs a shower after that? Caramel syrup with the red and blue dye ain't no joke. It looks a little too realistic. Perfect segue into the behind the scenes, more specifically, the shooting of the movie. The movie was shot and filmed in 22 days in New York and Connecticut respectively. For the most part, shooting went okay. However, there was some tension between the movie's villains and main lead. I'm talking about David Hess, who played Krug, and Sandra Peabody, who played Mary, in which the former was committed to staying in character, tormenting poor Sandra off-screen, even causing her to walk off set. The crew eventually convinced her to return and finish filming. While Sandra and even Fred J. Lincoln, who played Weasel, have refused to talk about the movie, adding they also expressed regret for participating in the project, which is understandable. Just listen to this reviewer. Films such as these give the movie rating system a bad name, but if your cup of tea is assault, murder, maiming, revenge, and violence, this movie is going to be perfect. And that's one of the more nicer ones. Lucy Grantham, who played Phyllis, and David Hess have talked very proudly of the movie. Speaking of David, did you know that he actually helped score the soundtrack, as well as with the vocals? So whenever you hear this guy, that's actually Krug serenading us. The last little fun fact I want to leave you guys with is Wes Craven, the mastermind behind this diabolical film, originally had a start in adult films as well as Fred J. Lincoln. Oh sure, you're fine with making porno films, but God forbid you talk about this movie. Anyways, for my least favorite parts of the movie, it's the cuts they made to the movie. Some of them are pretty obvious, like Junior offing himself and John and Estelle discovering Mary's body, and the last one would be when Mary and Phyllis are forced to pleasure each other during the torture. For my favorite parts of the film, they would have to be the comedic moments the movie tries to have. One prime example would be in the beginning when Phyllis meets Mary's parents. She has this to say.
What does your father do?
Oh, my parents are in the iron and steel business.
Iron and steel both together. How unusual.
Yeah, well, my mother irons and my father steels.
Or when Karate Cop forgets to fill up the car.
Goddamn car stopped.
You're out of gas, you idiot.
Out of gas.
I know I shouldn't be laughing at these moments, but they do bring some type of relief, even though it immediately hard cuts to the women getting tortured. Alright everyone, I think that'll do it for today. I'll give this movie an 8 out of 10 in the entertainment department, while giving it a 6 out of 10 in the disturbing department. Another controversial movie for the books. A movie some may consider tame by today's standards, however upon initial release, it was panned for its glorification of violence. I stand with Wes Craven, the director, when he said, quote, "The Last House on the Left was about the evils and horrors of violence. I did not mean to glorify it," which is hilarious when you think about it, because today, as a society, all we do is just glorify violence. Whether it's these bullshit ICE raids, the occupation of Gaza, or the invasion of Venezuela, It almost feels like everything nowadays is tailored to make us feel angry, upset, to get at some type of visceral reaction out of us. It almost feels as if the country has done a complete 180, but what do I know? I'm just some random brown boy making shit YouTube videos. Hug your friends, hug your loved ones, and that's all folks. I'll catch you guys on the next one.
I am an adult.